Well, several York County students faced history this morning.
They spoke with a former student who was in that Sarasota classroom when President George W. Bush was visiting and learned about the 9/11 terror attacks. Casey Baylor shares this story.
Many of you probably remember where you were when you learned of the 9/11 attack, but many students here at York High School weren't even born yet. One teacher here, Ryan Haggerty, says he remembers it like it was yesterday.
I was seeing you in the library at the very top. It was a nice day. We had the TVs and we saw the first one and of course the second one.
It's also easy for Stevenson Tose Rigel to remember that day. The Newport News native was in the Florida classroom President George Bush was visiting when he heard about the deadly attack.
I'll just never forget him standing there, telling us that our nation had been under attack.
He shared his story with students at York High School Thursday morning.
Once we got to the classroom, we saw the actual plane went into the building, and that's when things kind of really set in.
His mother, Gwen Tose Rigel, was the principal of Booker Elementary School in Sarasota, Florida. She invited the president to tour her school and read books with students until Bush received word of the attack.
I think for those few moments he had a chance to really collect himself and figure out, what the next move was going to be.
Students at York High School were eager to hear about Gwen Tose Rigel, a 1970 graduate of the high school.
It was interesting to listen to how it kind of impacted that day that they found out and the days following.
The sense of fear that they could have been a target and how difficult it could have been for her.
Tose Rigel says he feels his mother's presence when speaking about that day.
She comes back alive once a year, even though she's gone. It's been 13 years, but I'm happy that these things kind of they keep on occurring.
Where he can remember his mother and share her story. In York County, Casey Baylor, 13 News Now.
And Tose Rigel published his mother's memoir back in 2019. He hopes to hold more conversations about his mom's legacy.